What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn states that he thinks Dillian Whyte is no longer a bad mother you-know-what. The Matchroom head spoke to the Zone boxing show about his beaten fighter. And Eddie says that he's not sure where Dillian Whyte's career is headed next, but he thinks that he has changed from the bad mother sucker he once was. Whyte is known for his aggression and spite in the ring and has often been confrontational with opponents in previous years, even before stepping inside the squared circle. However, against Tyson Fury, he was far more measured in the build-up and even friendly during events in the days leading up to the fight at Wembley Stadium. Speaking to the DAZN show, he had this to say. He said it was well documented that it was a fantastic payday he began. He's made a lot of money. He could be involved in some great fights. Can he go on and win a world championship? Maybe when the dust settles and all the belts fragment. He's a very good heavyweight. But I just feel that mindset is everything, and he had the wrong mindset in the fight. And so did Anthony Joshua when he boxed Alexander Usyk. You need someone in the ear who can flick the switch at the right time. And Hearn drew his comparison with the younger Whyte, saying the Dillian Whyte that boxed AJ, that guy was a bad mother sucker, ready to go. Back then, if Tyson Fury had tickled him in the press conference in the head-to-head, Dillian would have cleaned him out on sight. It was brilliant mind games from Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Let me counterpunch. What Eddie Hearn is saying, people, he's saying that the Dillian Whyte of old had that aggressiveness, okay? He had that mean streak, okay? He had that back then. And Eddie Hearn saying that's what made him the bad mother sucker, okay? It wasn't the fact that he would win every fight. I mean, he had some great fights. He's sparred hard, fought hard, trained hard. He's done a lot of things hard, but in this situation, what Eddie's saying is he didn't show that mean streak. That mean streak was not there. And I could tell it, sure, you could call it respect amongst two fighters that knew each other from yesteryear and all this, that, and the other. But what didn't balance out to me was the fact that all the trash talk, all the complications that happened with Dillian Whyte, the back and forth with Tyson Fury, none of that happened in the buildup. And that has to be addressed. Why? Because if I could do that to Deontay Wilder when he talked a lot of trash, I can do that to Dillian Whyte. It's only fair. Okay? It is only fair because Dillian Whyte went from, you have chicken leg like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's talking trash. He's a toilet mouth. Everything that he says comes to the toilet. So I don't care about this guy, man. I'm going to fight this guy, whatever he wants to do. I don't care. I don't care. That went from that to, hey, let me take my hat off, give it to you. You take mine. Let me squeeze each other's titties. That's what we seen. Even in the press conference, even Tyson was not even about that. So it's fair to say, though, okay, it's fair to say that neither fighter was at each other's throat. So I think maybe Tyson, because you remember Eddie Hearn said that Tyson had brilliant mind games. Well, if this was any type of mind game, people, this would be a mind game with the intention or the purpose of disarmament. Disarmament. He wanted to disarm Dillian Whyte. And if that's the way to do it, kill him with kindness. Don't talk trash. Give him all the respect. Make him smile, chuckle. Hell, Dillian Whyte looked like Tom Schwartz. You guys remember Tom Schwartz? He was dancing, posing. They did everything. Matter of fact, I think they did some selfish, didn't they? Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. So they were more like, hey, we're living in the moment of this big spectacle versus two guys that's coming head to head that's going to fight each other and try to take their head off the next day. Now the weigh-in was a little bit little bit at the beginning, but most of that was just, it looked like some type of PR move that was agreed upon on both sides. But back to what Eddie Hearn was saying, though, what did that have to do with that? It still meant that Dillian Whyte might have been compromised, might not be the same guy. Okay, because you don't go to all those years of shit talk only to come there and do what they did. And even if Dillian Whyte's known for that, Tyson Fury's not. Tyson Fury will kill you with kindness. Now, he'll talk trash, especially if you give him the opportunity. He will do that. But he didn't even do that. So his mind games were just totally disarming at the end of the day. I feel that that's what that was. Okay. But him being a bad mother sucker, no longer being that, that's what Eddie Hearn's saying that. Well, here's the thing. It depends on if he's a bad mother sucker. Will he get the mean streak back after this fight? If he felt he was fouled or whatever in this fight, like we talked about, which I'm going to do another video on here shortly, let's see if that gives him his mean streak back, because Dillian Whyte has been a guy that's always been swimming against the streams. He's always been fighting the power. He's always been, against the powers that be that hold him in bondage, that gave him and showed him wrongdoing, which was the WBC. Now he fights for it, and then we've seen a mediocre performance. See, I'm thinking and hoping that he would leave it all in there, which I didn't see. I saw a guy much faster than him, outbox him, and then eventually knocked him out with the punch that he cannot take from fighters, which is the uppercut. Okay, that's what I saw about Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. You guys tell me if you think Dillian Whyte is still a bad mother, you know what. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.